I never thought a simple message on my phone would change so much between me and my boyfriend, Daniel. We live in a quiet apartment in Texas, nothing fancy, just a small place with soft yellow lights and a couch that squeaks when you sit down. We had been together for 2 years, and most days felt calm and steady. But the night everything came out, the air inside our home felt heavy, like the quiet before a storm. Daniel had always trusted me. He trusted me more than I trusted myself at times. He believed in the good in people, he believed in honesty, and he believed in me. That's what made the truth even harder to say. It all started when he noticed that I'd been texting someone late at night. The messages were short, nothing wild, but they were from a man I had once been close to. His name was Adam. We had talked again after a long break, and one message turned into 2, then into long conversations that I should not have had. I knew it was wrong even before anything happened, but I kept telling myself I could handle it. I kept telling myself it was harmless. But it wasn't. The night Daniel found out, he walked into the living room holding my phone with a look on his face that made my stomach drop. He asked me the question I had been afraid of. Why are you still talking to him? For a moment, I could not speak. My heart felt stuck in my chest. I saw the hurt in his eyes, and I knew I had crossed a line. So I told him the truth, the part one had been trying to hide from myself. I messed up, I said quietly. I crossed a line with him. The room felt colder instantly. Daniel's shoulders felt like the weight of the world had dropped onto him. He sat down slowly, his hands shaking just enough for me to notice. He did not raise his voice. He did not get angry. He just asked, why? I did not have a good answer. Only a mix of confusion, loneliness, and my own foolishness. I told him that I had been stressed, that I had felt distant from him lately, that talking to someone else made me feel understood. None of those excuses made the pain on his face any softer. After a long silence, Daniel said, "You need to block him." I knew he meant it from a place of hurt, from a place of trying to protect what we had left. But I froze. Blocking him should have been easy, but instead the words came out of my mouth before I could think. I can't block him. It's complicated. As soon as I said it, Daniel looked up at me with disbelief. His eyes widened, not in anger but in shock. It's complicated, he repeated softly, like he couldn't understand how those words came out of my mouth. I tried to explain myself. I told him that Adam was going through a rough time. I told him that we had unfinished conversations, that things were messy, that it wasn't simple to cut everything off in one moment. But the truth was, I didn't want to block him because part of me felt tied to the attention, the comfort, the familiarity. I hated admitting that even to myself. Daniel stood up slowly, walked to the window, and stared out into the night. I could see his reflection in the glass. His chest rose and fell as he tried to steady himself. "You cheated," he said quietly. "And now you're telling me you won't block him? How am I supposed to feel?" I walked toward him, but he lifted a hand slightly, asking for space without saying a word. That small motion hurt more than if he had yelled. He wasn't trying to punish me. He was trying not to fall apart. I explained again, trying to find the right words, trying to make him understand that I didn't want to keep hurting anyone. "I'm confused," I said. Everything happened so fast. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. Daniel closed his eyes. "Then do the simple thing," he whispered. "Let go of him." I knew he was right. A good partner would have blocked the other person the second things crossed a line. A good partner wouldn't have let things get that far in the first place. But I felt trapped between guilt, shame, and the worry of hurting someone else, even though I had already hurt the person I loved most. I finally sat down on the couch and buried my face in my hands. My whole body felt heavy. After a long moment, Daniel sat down across from me. His voice was soft but tired. "You need to decide what you want." That sentence hit me like cold water. He wasn't trying to control me. He wasn't angry. He was simply drawing a line for his own heart. His voice trembled when he asked, "Do you want him or do you want me?" I lifted my head and saw the pain he was holding back. And in that moment, everything became clear. I didn't want Adam. I didn't want secrets. I didn't want the guilt that had been eating me alive. I wanted Daniel. I wanted the calm mornings with him. The way he always made me laugh without trying. The safety I felt in his arms. The home we had been building together. I reached for his hand. "I choose you," I said quietly. "I'm sorry. I'll fix this." He did not take my hand right away, but he didn't pull away either. His silence wasn't anger. It was hurt that needed time to breathe. I opened my phone. My hands shook as I typed the message to Adam. I did not explain everything. I simply said I needed to end all contact. Then I blocked him. It took 3 seconds. 3 seconds that could have saved weeks of pain if I had done it earlier. When I showed Daniel the screen, he nodded. Not forgiving me yet, but seeing I meant what I said. The next few days were quiet. We talked more gently, moved more slowly, gave each other space without pulling away. He told me he needed time. I told him I understood. Healing came little by little. One evening, he sat beside me on the couch and finally held my hand again. It was a small gesture, but it felt like hope. We are still working on our relationship, still learning, still rebuilding trust. But we are trying, and sometimes trying, with honesty, patience, and care, is the only way people find their way back to each other. If you want a part 2, a more dramatic version, or thumbnail prompts for this story, just tell me.